Welcome back to Cursed Mining, and today we are switching to Ryzen. This means I am switching my main office and workstation over to my second system, where already all of my crypto wallets and my staking are. So today is a mix of personal computing with mining as well as wallets and security, because many of you have asked about a wallet video as well. By the way, first I wanted to do the GPU rig moving video, but the system we'll be leaving behind today was really giving me problems with rendering videos. Started to overheat more than usual in render times and just took longer to work with. So this is really a necessary step for me to do. So here we are. Last week I needed to get fit again. Now the working hardware needs to get fit again. Let me start by saying that the Ryzen system only exists thanks to crypto. We built it for the founder of our Austrian crypto education company just when Ryzen launched. So an education company which also built a Baikal mining farm. Crazy times. After doing more and more editing for the company, he gave the system to me, so thanks Mario. When we closed our office in Klagenfurt down, I got the system to my home office. Still, I have stayed on my i7 4790K as daily driver. This is a much older CPU, 4 cores and 8 threads. So normally at 4 GHz, I pushed it to 4.5 GHz on air. Why did I use it so long? Adobe, which is the software suite I'm using, is optimized for Intel, especially Premiere. So there was a hardware encoding feature which let you render much faster. But now I realize that it's basically a sham, because quality also suffers a bit. They always say it's fine if you only do YouTube, but I want to get you the best and the sharpest too. Therefore, we go Ryzen. This one is the first generation, 1700X on the X370 Crosshair 6. This means I'm taking 8 cores and 16 threads, which are a bit lower clocked, over the 4 cores and 8 threads of the i7, which are a bit higher clocked. If I was a pure gamer, the i7 would still have been fine. In terms of memory, I was on 32GB DDR3, now on 32GB DDR4. The shiny Corsair sticks were not the best in terms of timing, but could successfully be overclocked. So what to do with the GPU? For now the Ryzen system has my Vega 56. The strongest, say, gaming card in my house is still the GTX 1080, so it will come with me to the Ryzen system in the long run. Now that I'm full AMD, I really think I need to get my hands on a Radeon 7 with the system and see how far I can go in production. But for now, I think I can leave the Vega 56 in. In terms of GPU encoding, it does not need to be the highest end for Premiere and my workflow. Even though he does not like miners, Jace2Sense had a video on this, which I'll link in the description. Talking enclosure, I'm leaving the discrete fractal design core case behind for the first generation Corsair Crystal. A heavy beast of a glass case. Believe me or not, I never was an RGB guy. I like some lights, sure, but I would not go through the hassle of cable management myself. But if it's already here, I won't complain, so I can at least change things up if I like. Now that we have discussed the systems, let's talk about the switch. I'm backing up all my work in media files again, just to be safe. The i7 will be refurbished into a mining storage server for the channel and me, so you have not seen the last of it. For now though, I still take the 4TB hard drive with me. So on both systems I had Samsung Evo SSDs as drives for boot, my working programs as well as wallets and blockchains. Then adding an HDD which gets backed up in regular intervals for storing the huge media files, but always working on the projects directly on SSDs. This means a lot of drives and switching around, which will soon find its end when finally building the server solution. This is also the reason why this build is not fully finished for me. Another upgrade, which will improve my workflow greatly, will finally getting an NVMe M.2 for the workstation. I've still been on the normal SSDs for a long time. I know they are luxury, but working with big files, they can speed up my process with a, say, compared small investment. So that's basically it. Paranoid Me has already set up all the software I need long before, because I always wanted to be prepared for the worst case. So as I already said, it's mostly Adobe, so Premiere for editing, After Effects for animation, and Photoshop for graphics. My audio I do in PreSonus Studio One, which I just love. Then of course also my mining software is already installed. So let's touch on that for a second. The i7 was honestly only good for Kryptonite Lite variants anymore, around 1200 hashes per second on V7. But that landscape is toppled by FPGA at the moment. Many people think it's ASICs, which might be possible as well, but still it was accumulating some speculative coins as well as, I'd say, the standard CN Litecoin, which is aeon with an E. The Ryzen on the other hand can still produce some hash on Kryptonite. So on the V8 variant, Monero, I am on 500 to 600 hashes. It's nothing to brag about, but you know my PCs are running 24/7 either way. Besides that, there will be more personal computing content upcoming on the channel, because as you might have realized by now, for me these are not only gaming stations if I ever have the time for it, these computers are the portal to the crypto world for me, no matter if for work or private crypto interests. They can be a vault or produce coins on the side. So for me, PCs and crypto just go hand in hand together. So that's already it for this week. This will be the first video rendered on the Ryzen system for a long time, so I'll keep you updated how this went for me. Next week is already time for the farm update and also a very special date. The first Tuesday of March, exactly 1 year ago, I published the first cursed mining video. So I'll have to think of something special, or at least something stupid for a little celebration. Let's see. Thank you very much for tuning in again. Happy mining and bye!